Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I wanted to make just a really quick video, a follow-up on the topic of the ghost wallets. So what are ghost wallets? Last week I pulled up these numbers, which I published on X, where I looked at all wallets that have been inactive since January 2023, so over a year, and that hold at least one item, because there are also a lot of wallets, of course, that are inactive but that don't hold any items, but here we are interested in those wallets that still hold at least one item. And the total were 590,000 wallets, which is quite a lot. And then together, all these wallets, they still hold over 2.5 million tokens. Of course, the question is what tokens, what NFTs are those wallets holding? So what kind of collectible comics do we find in these wallets? Before we dive into it, bear in mind that activity, as I can measure it, only refers to a wallet making some sort of transaction, buying, selling, minting an item on Veve. This doesn't mean that those wallets were completely inactive. They might still open the app or browse the market or leave a comment on the feed or whatever, but this just refers to transaction activity. But still, I think it's still a good indicator if someone hasn't made any transaction for over a year. It's kind of a sleeping or churned user. Of course, as everything, there are various forms how you can interpret this. On one side, of course, 590,000 churned users sounds quite bad, especially if the current active user base is around 75k. So these were all the wallets that were active in the past year in 2023. Compared to, of course, all the users that churned, then this gives a rather bad outlook. On the other side, another way to see it is these are 590,000 sleeping users, so because they still hold at least one item, so there is the possibility to at least reactivate some of them when interest starts to pick up again. So especially if I look at wallets that hold more than like 100 items, it's kind of hard to believe that these are just users that are gone forever. They might eventually check back in, see how Veve evolved and how the prices evolved, and maybe come back, and possibly these are users that can be reactivated. So what does it mean? It means that of those 2.5 million tokens, although we might see that for a certain collectible or comic there's a lot of supply within those inactive wallets, that doesn't necessarily mean that those items are kind of gone or they will never return into the circulating supply. So if you base any of your buying decisions or whatever on this data, just be quite careful and mindful of that this doesn't mean that those wallets will never come back or that these items will not come back into the circulating supply. So with that said, let's look into the interesting part for what you came here, and that is what type of collectibles and comics are actually stuck in those wallets. So this data I pulled on the 24th of March. Then again, to get all the collectibles and comics, I pulled the data again just 2 days afterwards. And here you already see that we have roughly 150 or 100 and something less inactive wallets. That means that some of those wallets that were still inactive here during those 2 days, they actually became active. Now, what do these wallets hold? So basically what I was going to do, because of course there's a huge extensive list of collectibles in here, I will post the link to this document in the video description below so you can check it out on your own terms. Just let me explain what's the best way to use this. Yeah, so basically you have the three tabs here. If you go to tokens, then you will get all the tokens sorted by the amount that is basically in those wallets. As you can already see, the number one spot is the DeLorean Time Machine Interactive, so that's the common. 30,000 of those are distributed in those inactive wallets. Which is kind of crazy. I think the total supply of this collectible is 50,000. So yeah, that's a huge percentage of the DeLorean that is in those inactive wallets. And actually surprising to me, I didn't expect that item to be there. Then of course you have the type. There you have collectible or comic, the name, and then the rarity, and then the number of tokens within those inactive wallets. As you can see, as I said, there's a huge list, so in this video we definitely won't go through the whole list, but if you click on the link to the document, then you will be able to click here on data and choose filter views, and then, because you're not the owner of the document, you can create a temporary filter view. And then you can just filter here without problems. Say, for example, you're only interested in comics, and then you can just filter by comic, and then you can see the comic, and that has most of the supply or most items within those inactive wallets is Amazing Spider-Man number 14, the common version, with 21,500 tokens in those wallets. Yeah, then you have, of course, the Marvel #1. It's the first comic that dropped on Veve. 19,000 of the common one locked up. But of course, you can also sort by rarity. So maybe you're not interested in the commons. You're just interested in the secret rares. So just choose secret rare, and then you can see also it's the Amazing Spider-Man #14 secret rare that has 427 locked up, and then you can go down the list and see how many tokens are locked up. Yeah, let's go and look at the collectibles, for example, secret rares. That would be Goofy with the most items in those wallets. So I think if you just spend some time and dig around and filter for those items that you are interested in, you can just spend some time here. Another thing, if you look for a specific item and you don't want to go scrolling around, if you press Command F, or I think it's Control F on Windows, I'm not sure of that, then you can just, let's say, partners, maybe it's not a secret rare, so let's remove the filter. So if we look for partners statue, then we see there are 840 items of the partner statue in those inactive wallets. You could also go for Todd and see it's 79. But wait, this is the blue and yellow variant. There should also be, of course, the black and white. 2,000 Todds within those wallets. And so on. Just to give you an idea how you can use these filters and search to look for the item that you are most interested in. So next, what I also did is then again break it down by adding the wallet size. Here, as you can see, if you're interested in, we saw that there were 2,000 Todds held in those wallets, but in which wallets? Because maybe there's a difference if these are all like in wallets that only are left with one item. That might be wallets that won't return. But maybe they are also like more distributed in bigger wallets that are maybe more likely to return. So here then again you have the Todd and then the number of tokens and the wallet size. So basically there are 49 Todds in wallets that only hold one item. There are 399 Todds in wallets that still hold 2 to 10 items. And then, for example, you have 8 tokens distributed in 4 wallets that hold between 500 and 750 tokens. Yeah, so this is how you can use this tab with the wallet size if you're interested in that. And that's basically it. That's everything that I wanted to show you. And again, I will post the link in the video description below and maybe also my link in bio, which you can find on my profile here, and where you can also find the collector score leaderboard, the link to my newsletter, and the link to the VVX tracker. And if you have missed it, I also uploaded the following collectible analytics reports, one for the partner statue and one for the, what we call the hero trifecta. So it's Superman, Spider-Man secret rare, and Todd. So what these are totally free. You can download them and then you get a report that looks like this. It's 5 pages in total. This is the example for the partner statue. It gives you the circulating supply, the unique owners, then the Gini coefficient, the average collector score, the average activity score. And if you don't know any of these terms, then go and watch my previous video where I go over the collector score, but also about what the Gini coefficient and the activity score, and also this chart, how you can read it. Also, I have some descriptions below. Then you will find the token distribution by collector score. So basically how many of the tokens are in the hand of diamond hand collectors versus flippers. I added an unclassified group here, so all the wallets that never purchased more than 10 items are unclassified, because it skews the data in terms of that in these wallets with 10 items total purchased. It's hard to establish kind of a profile as a collector or a flipper. So you get this distribution of the tokens. Also, you can read here the definition of each of these buckets. Then you get the token distribution by last activity. So here, for example, you see that the partner statue is actually held in wallets that are ghost wallets, so what we just saw. And then you get the token distribution by wallet size, the holding amount. So for example, here one wallet holding 400 of partner statues. We all know which wallet that is. And then here you get some more detailed breakdowns, for example, comparing the activity status with the collector score segmentation. So, for example, we have 297 partner statues in wallets that are diamond hand collectors and that are also active, whereas we have 262 partner statues which are in unclassified wallets when it comes to the collector score, and which are also ghost wallets. And then here you have the same for wallet size and collector score, and wallet size and activity status. So again, you read it the same. So here are, for example, 94 partner statues in wallets that only hold one item and which are ghost wallets. Yeah, so basically the idea is that this report gives you a bit of a clearer picture on the profile of the collectible, in which wallet, what are the users that hold these collectibles? Is it mainly flippers? Is it mainly collectors? Is it in active user wallets? Is it in inactive user wallets? Is it in the hands of whale wallets or more like small collector wallets, and so on and so on. And based on that, you can then decide if it's a good investment for you or a bad investment. Of course, no investment advice. So again, as I said, it's to get the report, it's for free. You just click on get it for free. I also put up a small description here, and then you get it for free. You just you can put in a fictitious name, I don't care, just put in the email address you want to have the report sent to, and then yeah, that's all. I'm probably going to produce some more of these reports, especially I wanted to cover some comics, but also leave me down in the description below which comics you would see or which other collectibles you would be interested in. Of course, I cannot cover every collectible there is on Veve, and I'm working on a possibility to for anyone interested to request a custom report, probably for a small fee, because yeah, I have a full-time job and this requires some work. But yeah, basically, so if you're interested in a specific collectible, you can make a request for a custom report. And yeah, that's everything that I wanted to go over today. As always, if you like this type of content, to get this kind of data-driven perspective on everything that happens on Veve, then yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.